I headed down to the Loews Miami Beach Hotel to interview Ryan Guzman and Kathryn McCormick, the leads in the fourth installment of the Step Up series, Step Up Revolution. Okay, so tell me about your characters and the movie overall.
Well, my character is Sean, and he plays the leader of the mob. He does flash mobs throughout Miami, trying to get notoriety for his flash mobs, and kind of get picked up through this YouTube contest. So that's his initial goal. And later on in the movie, the goal changes because he finds out that his neighborhood is going to be kind of demolished and built over by her father. But in the process, he meets her and falls in love with her. So it's kind of like this battle on how does he, save his neighborhood and then still stay in love with the girl that he met.
And I play Emily Anderson, and I'm coming in town with my father, played by Peter Gallagher. And so we kind of come in town, and he's planning on developing this neighborhood and this community. So I don't really know anyone, and I'm coming to audition for a contemporary company. And this is my last chance to get into this company, and if I don't, I have to work for my father. So it's kind of that feeling of like, all right, this is my last chance to do it. And in that, there's a lot of pressure. And so I end up meeting Sean and seeing the mob and what they do, and I see so much freedom in their movement, and I don't have that because I have so much pressure on me. So seeing that, I think that I'm meeting him and wanting to be a part of the mob so I can become a better dancer, but it ends up that I'm not only pursuing something for myself, we end up fighting for something as a whole that's way greater together.
And what was it like working on the movie and especially working in Miami?
Yeah, Miami was hot. So, yeah. You lose a lot of weight really quick just from dancing alone, and dancing is a workout. Don't let anybody tell you different. So, but other than the heat, it was just a loving environment. I mean, everybody showed up to work on time, ready to go, and just willing to learn too. And I think that's the best way to move forward is just if everybody's got something to learn, people just feed off that, And with us being new as actors and dancers, and the director being new to, it's his first film, it just was a great energy to come to, and Miami was just a great backdrop for us to be in.
And you have never danced professionally before, and you have never acted before, so how was that, like doing this new movie?
Well, we kind of balanced each other out. I mean, there'd be times where I'd, have it really rough with dancing, and I feel like I couldn't get it, and, just got stuck in my mind, and I just looked towards her, and she'd help me out, and, I just kind of lean on her. So.
And it was the same. I remember this one scene in particular where I was sitting there and I was getting so frustrated. It was one line that was so important, and it was all on me to make it work. And so I was just trying to figure it out. And I remember he saw it like in my face that I was trying so hard, and then he was just like, let's go play ping pong. And after that I came back and nailed it. So it was just like things like that we'd help each other get out of our heads and just kind of relax.
What was it like working with all the other different dancers and trying to dance in unison, because it is a flash mob, so...
It's one thing learning how to dance, and it's another learning how to dance with the best dancers, because you got to match or maybe look like, aren't so far away from their skill level. So, but the best part about it was they're so inviting. All the dancers, they didn't come in with egos. They didn't say like, oh, okay, I've done dance my whole life. Who are you? Type guy. All of them gave me something to learn from and pull from. So, and they all had different type of talents. One was a good tutter, the other was good at flexing and crumping, and it was just so much talent to pull from.
I think one of the biggest things when dancing in unison is the relationships that you have. So when you're dancing beside a group of people, if you know them and they feel like a family, you're more likely to be able to feel them, their energy, their breath, and then you can move better with them. Whereas if we didn't all get along, it would have never worked. So it was one of those things that because we had such a good relationship with the other, we were able to really embody, a unison in our movement, even though it was tons of dancers.
Have either of you ever been in a real flash mob?
I haven't.
I have, actually. It was cool. I've been in a couple, so they're a little bit different. I did one for this tour called the Revolve Tour that I was a part of, and we did this flash mob for a certain song that would come on. Everyone who came to see the show, they would join in. So that kind of flash mob, and then I've done some for camps and different conventions, but nothing that comes close to what we've done in Step Up.
And how is this different from all the past Step Up films?
There's no more battling at all anymore, and aside from the first one, the last two were my crew versus your crew type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're kind of mixing all three of them prior to this movie and making this kind of super movie. So with its own little unique spin, so it has its own flavor. And we have all styles of dancing. We have from contemporary to salsa to every style of hip-hop you can ever think of. And then we bring back that storyline that you loved in Step Up 1. So we get you invested in the characters.
What is that one moment in this movie that we really need to look out for that's just amazing, whether it be a dance or...
I think it's the contemporary duet that Sean and Emily perform together, and it's something that you kind of see throughout the whole film, and it's just a moment. That's all you can really describe it as. And Travis Wall is the one who choreographed it, and he's just an incredible storyteller, and I've worked with him before, but this was just a new experience. And even after doing it, he just came up to us and he was like, that was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So it's not just movement. It just captures the whole experience and story of what Sean and Emily have been through together in a couple minutes. So it's really powerful.
Yeah, the dance itself speaks volumes.
Okay, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.